G'day guys, Josh here. Hope you guys are having a great day today. So this will be another episode of the state of the economy. Okay, I did think about it last week and I saw the comments and stuff like that. And so a lot of people wanted me to not persevere with it, but still go on with it. But just an FYI, I don't actively play a Lost Ark anymore. So some of the information could be out of date, and I'll be basically trying to source information from people within the game to give me a good idea of how the economy is probably looking like and how everything is going at the moment, as well as taking a cursory glance at the auction house and stuff like that as well. Now, things that I said last week with expecting the prices to go up and stuff like that of Cuckle Sided, I'm actually quite not bemused, but quite interested in the fact that not really much went up at all. And I was looking at the login rewards, I was looking at all the other stuff as well that has come in, and it seems like that a lot of free materials and stuff have been given away, which means that I'm going to say overall that the need to get honing out of the AH and stuff like that has become a lot less. Therefore, essentially, that the prices haven't gone up at all due to inflation. But anyways, let's just go up to check everything. Okay, so everything, let's just check the buses out first. Now this is actually an interesting part for the buses, is there's not many left at all, as you can see here. 500, 1k. I think everyone's getting to that point where they can do full Argos, and they get to the point where they do Legion raids instead, where they do Voltan and Vicus because of the new event. And you can see like the abyssal dungeons have really dried up, and at this point I think you're just gonna have to bite the bullet and get to 1415, 1430 already. Otherwise, there's just slim pickings, as you can see there as well. Let's go to Abyss Raid. Abyss Raid, I gotta say, Argos is, as I said, I expected to go up. You can see here they've gone up by 400. People charging 1.5, 1.4. Main reason why is because Clown came out, and therefore Argos is no longer giving gold. So people want to get a bit of extra gold on the side, but at the same time don't want to, tell the investors to go, not tell the investors, but, the people to buzz off kind of thing. Now with Voltan's actually gone up quite a bit, 1.8k, 1.6k, and I'm going to say 2k as well. That's for hard mode. I'm going to say this is due to the fact that Argos gives no more gold anymore, therefore they're going to find a new gold source to get their gold from to purchase all the engravings and stuff like that as well. Vicus, I did see some for 4k still. Vicus has just been holding pretty steady, to be honest. Like, been holding very, very steady. 4k is kind of the newest thing at the moment for Vicus, so I wouldn't expect anything else. Midnight Circus, Kakusainen. I would not expect any carries on this for a very long time. And also given the fact that it's got a lot of mechanics. And also a strict DPS check. Carries on this boss will be pretty rare, okay? Now they've added the good old rehearsal. And, well, at the moment with rehearsal, probably no carries for that either, given that's quite easy. A lot of the one-shot mechanics do not kill you either. And that's pretty much it for the buses. So buses overall, there's less Chinese gold farmer buses, so you can use the event to get into Legion raids. With Legion raids as well, I'll be probably pretty skeptical as well, because there'll be, how I said, the abyssal dungeons, that there were characters offering 900g per slot. To be careful with that gold, because you get banned from it because it's basically gold selling money. Same thing can be said in both Voltan and Vicus, so be careful with that as well. We'll go check out the Mari store, because the Mari store is where everything belongs, and, well, I can tell you guys right now, I am not confident in going to be looking at the Mari store at the moment. I feel like crystal prices would have exploded. But no, as I said here, crystal prices have just remained steady. And I gotta say, this is actually good for the health of the game, okay? For everyone in general and the health of the game. Because the worst part is this crystal price keeps going up, and people who, are really invested in the game, really enjoy it, have to start paying like a week's gold worth to get crystals and to get fields. And if this keeps getting higher and higher and higher, people are just going to straight up quit. And it's going to be like, if you're playing like a full-time job, and for me, for example, okay, like, I'm a financial advisor, I have a full-time job already, and I content create and do YouTube content and stuff like that. I can't be, sitting here 16 hours a day trying to get everything done before the end of the week. It just ain't happening. And those are the kind of players you don't want to scare away, because they might, purchase crystals or purchase raw crystals as well. But a good thing is staying steady. I think everyone is probably incredibly happy to staying steady, because Fions stay the same. I just don't see the prices of this going up any further. I don't think it can, to really sustain its player base. Now we're going to go to we're going to go to my pets. So we're going to get my legendary pet, Nessie. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go to the honing mats. So honing mats, we're going to get to Guardian Stones first. Now, I actually did check these a bit earlier today. And I gotta say, you know, basically I'm going to say these are all 1G purely because of the fact of the Hyper Express event. Or not Hyper Express event, but the new event for Scouts are coming out. This is the reason why it's so low. Because the main reason why is like, 1G, you're getting free mats already. You know, you don't see it going up, okay? Guardian Stones, as you can see, there's more being sold at 1G per 10. And basically, if you want to hone characters up to Legion rate, probably the time to do so. However, there's interesting one is here is Destruction Stones. I saw these at 14G earlier, now 13G. Destruction Stones didn't go down at all. Given the fact that you probably get given a load of them. But I'm going to suggest that for the event, I'm going to say right now, for the event, Destruction Stones are probably the biggest, you know, roadblock in it, where you need more Destruction Stones than you are given. So I can understand that as well. Next up, we're going to check out the Leap Stones. And the Leap Stone's going to say, here, great honor Leap Stones. Going to say they're actually right where I left them, basically. It seems like the prices for honing mats have just stayed static. Now, they could be for two reasons. One, you don't really need to hone your main too much, okay? Two, you get a lot from the event as well. And that's pretty much it. And three, sometimes the market just doesn't know where to go. But in this case, I'm going to say I think it's one or two. The fact that you get a lot more mats, and also people have stopped honing their mains because it's just like, well, what's the point? So prices didn't really fluctuate because no one's panicking to get their tune to 1475 anymore. So that's my take on that one. That's my take on that one. So let's check out the solars. So the solars, let's check out the fishies. The fishies have gone up slightly as well, mainly because probably people getting more fusion materials and stuff like that as well, which we'll check on later. Solar Blessing, Solar Grace, Solar Graces, Solar Blessing, Solar Protections, they're actually all at the same point. Nothing much has really changed. And it could go back to, you know, you get more from the event. You know, basically no one's honing their mains. Alt honing and stuff like that's probably stopped as well because everyone's gone to Vicus and Voltan, which is a good sweet spot for the time being because you still get money from Argos. You don't want to go to Kakulsidon and lose your Argos money, given that Argos is obviously a lot easier. So let's get to the fusion mats. So we get to the Reyes. The Razor Fusion mats, you can see here, this has gone stupidly expensive. As I said, I don't think I said this before, but I did expect this price to go up, given that this is used in food. And not many people do hunting, because hunting's really bad. Now, I did expect this as well for the Fusion mats to go up, because this is the second thing that becomes the roadblock, is the Fusion mats. So the Fusion mats have gone to 10 and 11, respectively. So I did expect that. I expected, hey, you know, this is going to be an issue. Now let's get to the shard pouches as well before, well, if I could spell shard pouch correctly, it would help. But you can see here the shard pouches. Honor shards are getting there, okay? I can tell you guys right now, honor shards will be more expensive than life shards eventually, okay? The one thing I'm surprised about is this. The blue one is really cheap, but the purple one's super expensive. This really doesn't make sense. Actually, no, it does. Sorry, I'm just losing it. But you can see here, tier 1 Harmony Shards have just gone straight down because not many people need it anymore because you don't need that many Harmony Shard pouches. But for Life Shards, you definitely do. As a lot of people told me in the comments in probably about 5 or 6 episodes ago, which I'm incredibly in-depth and incredibly helpful for as well. Now, I gotta say, I reckon Honor Shards pouches in a month will be more expensive than Life Shard pouches. That is my big take there as well. Now, we're gonna get to... next up, the consumables. And I'm going to say right now, I wouldn't be surprised if this is 40G or above. Just knew it, okay? Elemental HP potions is going to be very, very expensive because people are now going to be using them. So, that's inflated. That's inflated. What I want you to do here, I would say probably do more herbing and foraging, and then you can just get these very, very easily instead. Now, let's check the other bombs. To be fair, we should check the bombs. So you can see the bombs here. All these consumables going up in price. To be fair, gold's pretty easy to generate these days as well, so this shouldn't be too much of an issue for people. The main ones you do want to take an eye out for is this, and this, because you need those, okay? Definitely need those. Now, let's go to the grenades as well. Grenades, I'm going to say here, like, I wouldn't be surprised if dark grenades are super expensive. I'm a bit surprised that clay grenades are super expensive. Maybe it's for, you know, Kackle side, I'm not really too sure. So basically, dark grenades and WW grenades are generally the more expensive ones because you need stagger and also you need extra damage from dark grenades. Next up, we're going to talk about the food. I gotta say the food's going to be super duper expensive because everyone's going to be picking them up. And as you can see here, tier 2 food, tier 3 food, all high 500s for 10. And it's just expected for Kakulsidon's first week. Everyone wants to be tip-top shape to take down Kakulsidon. So they're going to use consumables and stuff like that as well just to stay alive. And it's very, very important, obviously. Now, we're going to check engravings. Okay. Now, engravings. I probably expect this one to inflate. Okay. So we're going to check out the blues first. Because you know how I talked about the blues ages ago. That the blues are their sweet spot. Like, you know, they could be very, very good. You can see here for the class ones, they're getting higher and higher and higher. And even for the combat ones, they're getting higher and higher as well. I'm a bit surprised by this because considering the fact that you can get the combat ones from Event Guardian raids, I'm surprised that this has occurred. So you can go get the blue ones from the Event Guardian raids, and that's pretty much it. Like, I think the Event Guardian raids could have gone by now, but you could have got a lot of them from the Event Guardian raids, and that's in fact what I did. So, yeah. So let's keep an eye out as well. The epic ones, I'm going to say, the epic ones are always going to be cheaper than the blue ones because the epic ones are easier to get because you can get a fuck ton of them very, very easily. Now, as I said, the engravings have gone up quite a bit, like the legendary engravings and also the other engravings as well. Now, you can see War Dancers, all the class ones are going to be stupidly high and fluctuate a lot in price. Just, I gotta say right now, Grudge has even gone up to 7k. I'm gonna say right now, I think it's because of the throne spire changes. I gotta say right now, if you can get your class engravings for cheaper than, I'm gonna say 10 to 15k, buy it right away. If they go ridiculous to 20k, stuff like that, hold off. Now, last patch would have been a good time to buy all your combat engravings, given the fact that Ambush Master's gone up to 6k, Grudge has gone up to 7k. I think it's mainly because of the throne spire changes that stopped it, so the gold price has gone up because lots of people are getting it, and vice versa. It's a roll-on effect. So if you got your grudges and everything else before the patch, good job, because you know you got the bottom of the market most likely. Now we're gonna go to pets and skins. There's no legendary pets, so with skins, I'm gonna say skins and pets are gonna be just pretty much as per usual. I mean, if it would work. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Sorry guys, just with skins and stuff like that as well. Skins are generally used to trade gold, basically, or trade royal crystals for gold, inadvertently. And you can see here, basically, a lot of the platinum sets and stuff like that go selling for quite high. They're going to keep getting higher and higher as, you know, the skins aren't released. We've got some more Magic Society being sold as well, 43k, 42k. As I said, it's from the store. You get the Wingsuit G set as well, and the R set, the W set, the Gundam set from the previous one. And yeah, so pretty much with skins and pets, they are generally an ascertainment of where the Royal Crystal price is at the moment. Now, with pets as well, pets have gone down a bit actually. But I gotta say, the reason why pets have gone down a bit slightly is because from a playing standpoint or gameplay point of view, you don't need the pets too much anymore because everyone's getting their legendary pets on a ranch and stuff like that, where they don't actually need to get more pets to farm the ranch over and over again. That's my kind of POV on that one. But we never know. We're going to go to the gems, okay? The gems are going to go to AH. Now, this is going to be kind of awesome, I'm going to say. Like, you know, what's happening in the gem market at the moment? Now, the gem market, prices have gone up. I gotta say, the main reason why prices have gone up is people have been expecting people to have all 7s, okay? All 7s in the gem socket. So these are going up for, this is mainly for Cuckle Cider, by the way. They'll be like, we want all 7s. If you don't have all 7s, you're just going to get booted. And, you know, this is what's raised the price because everyone's going after the level 7 gems basically as well. And, you know, I guess that's a fact of life. Do I expect them to go down anytime soon? Likely not. So I'm going to say if people who have got their mains haven't got their 7 gems yet, time to get your ults, time to get those boss rushes, time to farm those gems. A little bit too late, but you're going to kind of have to do it at this stage because NA scene especially is very gatekeepery on the players they let in, which is really frustrating to me and really frustrating to a lot of other people, where they just actively, like, if you don't have like 10 gems or whatever they are, just don't recruit you because they want to be able to brute force the content rather than actually learn the mechanics to defeat the content. You can't do that for Cuckle Silent, but the American NA mindset is a bit loopy sometimes, okay? And it's just like, mate, you know, you can't do that. Now, is the gems RMT controlled? That was another thing as well. That was, you know, we talked about it in the previous videos. I don't think they are. As I said, I don't think they are. I've heard a lot of guildies sell it. Even I haven't had my finger to the pulse for the last week or so. You know, basically a lot of my guildies stuff like that talk about the gem market, sell gems on the gem market. So I don't think it's really RMT driven. I think this is now more player demand now since everyone's got the gems ready for Cuckle Silent. They're selling the extras on the market to get a bit of gold on the side. Now, let's get into the ability stones. Now, the ability stones, the ones that are going to be super duper expensive, are always going to be the ones with the good combat fingers on it as well. So we're going to go in here. Basically, if you get anything with Grudge and Adrenaline, it is going to be super expensive. If you get any, like, if I can say right now, if you get anything with Grudge, Cursed Doll, Adrenaline, or anything like that with very, very good stats, you've got yourself a winner, okay? Like, you've got yourself a winner. Like, you can see here, people selling it for 2.8k. Grudge and Adrenaline are probably two main stats that people do target in some of their DPS builds. So you probably got yourself 2k just from that alone. Now, that is the complete opposite when you put onto gear. Ability stones as well, you know, as long as you got the good combat engravings on it that people don't get 12 of, which is generally Adrenaline and Grudge because they're super expensive, you're going to have a very, very good time. Now, with accessories overall, the main one that you want, and a main one I've highlighted this too many times, is you want you either want a class engraving that's you got 3 on it because some people get the 12 books, or 5 on it because some people get the free 5s instead, which is super duper expensive, by the way, and I recommend getting the books. Now, those are the things you want to target, and the things with good stats. You can even get good secondary stats as well. So if you've got a secondary stat, let's just say it's swiftness and self-specialization for a DPS type, like I say for Igniter, for example, you might be able to get a good amount of gold for it because people will still buy it because sometimes the class engraving's that good that even a bad secondary stat isn't a massive DPS loss, okay, compared to getting the engraving. So you can see here for enhanced weapon where, like, you know, Master Brawler, Preemptive Strike, Specialization's our best stat. Like, a secondary engraving isn't that bad. Like, people still sell it for quite a bit. Now, we're going to talk about Igniter and stuff like that as well. Let's just talk about, like, what was the most expensive one? I think it was Initiation. Though not Initiation, so it was, like, First... what is it called? I'm trying to find it now. I know what it is. I think I missed it. Oh, Ultimate Skill Taijutsu. Oh, it's the War Dancer one, that's right. So it'd be, where are you? First Intention, that's what it is. So generally, with all First Intention fingers, the ones that are going to be more expensive are the ones that are going to have the best stats. And like I say, even some of the ones that don't have the best stats, like this one, for example, probably one of the best stats you're going to get, which is Crit, Adrenaline, First Intention, stuff like that as well. Still, I'm going to say right now, like, you know, selling pretty cheaply, actually. I think it may be because everyone's got their, like, engravings that they're not going to spend 30k for, like, a pseudo little upgrade. So that could be a thing as well. So I think, you know, basically now people who are coming into it, who are trying to get the best in slot, you can probably get it a lot cheaper now than it was previously for, like, First Intention. Because First Intention's engraving book's quite expensive. Now let's just try a Blessed Aura here as well to get a support kind of POV. And you can see some of them are quite ridiculous. I mean, Drops of Ever, like I can say this one's quite ridiculous as well. But overall, most of them are quite cheap, and you can probably pick up a few of them for quite cheap as well. So that's some food for thought as well. You can capture some of these for quite cheaply. I was actually expecting these, I can tell you guys right now, I was actually expecting these to be like, you know, 100k. Like this one, for example, I expected it to be 100k because this is actually really, really good with the Blessed Aura Expert free. Mainly, it's for the people who haven't purchased Blessed Aura books, but the Blessed Aura books have been stupidly expensive. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this week. Thank you guys for really sticking by. Thanks for all the nice comments as well. I think I'm going to continue the series as best as I can. Like, you know, we'll continue the series as best as I can. There seems to be a real need for it. Like, a lot of people, like, you know, saying shame was going to end and stuff like that. I thought it was going to end because of the fact I was quitting the game. But at the end of the day, you don't have to be in the game to, you know about how games economy and stuff like that is going. As long as you keep your fingers at the pulse and just look at it from time to time, you know, you're able to get it. You know, you're able to get a good idea of the game and, you know, where it's going at the moment. Really appreciate the guys that, you know, stuck by me as well. You know, really, like you said, like, hey, you've done a good job and stuff like that. Really, really appreciate it. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be doing other content as well. I was trying to get some more WoW content in, but I gotta say right now, like, WoW content's really difficult for me to do. But I think I do, like, the financial fruit stuff. I got a vlog from the Doig medal last night. I've also got a very, very special announcement to make as well, which will be probably uploaded at the same time as this video. And hope you guys have a massive, amazing day. See you guys later. Peace out. Bye.